What is going on, guys? ZombieNinja here, and this is Katawa Shoujo. I might have butchered that name. I don't really know what this game is about, but I seen everybody do it, so I decided, hey, let's give it a try. Now, I am kind of sick, so I got a cough drop in my mouth, so that's delaying me to cough. Alright, I don't know what this game is really about, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it, so let's get started. Alright, a light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like the wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. Ah, yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of note, the snow gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi, Izao, you came. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. Excuse me. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdrop to a conversation. I turn to face the voice of my dreams, and a heart begins to race. Okay. Iwanako, I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't... return. I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. My heart... Wait, I'm gonna pause it. And mute my mic. Turn my TV off. Alright. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of the wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Izao, says my throat, but this only sends spikes of pain along my arms. Izao, My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Hizao. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, and Onako running towards me, all these fade to black. Last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of branches above. Poor guy. Four Leaf Studios presents Katawa Shoujo. Inspiration, Raita. Writing on Miss 22, or I'm just gonna let this play out. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia? Strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition that causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents I think were hit hard by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Had already a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of late discovery of this condition, I had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I've had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me there simply had turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital, it's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. Because it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but he told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries work. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change in appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answers shows that there is at least some hope. So this is a lot of reading. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I like reading, and I think I even become a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That was my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what the day of the week was. A lot of reading. Alright, let's continue. But other times, it was all the things that surround me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. Pages of the book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited but not very. It's like he is trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. Parents are here. It's been a few days since I have last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. This is supposed to be some kind of special occasion. It's not a party. There is this ritual that the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and settling them aside as if to make a point of pointlessness of what he just did. Then he occasionally sits down at the edge of my bed next to mine, and he looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Isao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now. With some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands out a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Oh, those words. Can't read. It's like disguised with the words. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, contraindications, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. Wow. I try to read them, but it's too futile. What? I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here. I know it's getting to a good part, but I'm going to end it here. I'm going to save. Create a new save state. Continue. And I'll talk to you guys later. Until the next episode. Bye.